Hi, grade 5. Today's lesson is combining sentences, compound subjects, and we are also going to talk about combining sentences, compound predicates. Now, you all know from our last Zoom meeting what simple subjects are and what simple predicates are, so keep that in mind when we are going over today's examples. Okay, so first, what is a compound subject? A compound subject has two or more simple subjects that have the same predicate. Here is an example. Cities and suburbs are near each other. Compound subjects are joined by the word and or. Subways or trains take you home. So now subways and trains, so these two simple subjects, when we combine them, it becomes a compound subject. Again, here it is combined with or. In the above example, it is combined with and. You can combine two sentences with the same compound predicates by linking the subjects with and or. Keep in mind, guys, that the verb may change in the present tense. Here's an example. Jay likes map puzzles. Carlos likes map puzzles. All right, we must change the verb to like. Jay and Carlos like map puzzles. Why did we change like? Because Jay and Carlos now becomes plural. All right, so we must use correct subject-verb agreement. Again, we use the word and or to join together the parts of our compound subject. Here is an example. Maps show countries, globes show countries. Now they both share the same predicate. How do we combine the simple subjects with the word and to create a compound subject? So the compound subject here is maps and globes. Okay, now page 20 in your language arts textbook. This is where you can find your lesson, okay, and other examples for practice. Today we're going to do a few examples together. We're going to name the compound subject in each sentence. Number 1, longitude and latitude help you locate places on a globe. What is our compound subject? So you're going to tell me what the simple subjects are. Okay, the compound subject is longitude and latitude. Mountains and valleys appear on a relief map. Our compound subject, mountains, valleys. The West or the South is the fastest growing region of the United States. What is our compound subject? West and South. Alice or Raynell lives in the Northeast. Here, our compound subject is Alice and Raynell, okay? And they are joined with or. Number 5, Illinois and Iowa are in the Midwest. Illinois and Iowa, this is our compound subject. Okay, now let's look at a different type of question just for practice for you guys. What do we do if we have a pair of sentences and we want to create a compound subject? So here, the students listened carefully, the teacher listened carefully. We have the same predicate in both sentences. Okay, how do we combine the subject? Using the word and in this case. The students and the teacher listened carefully. Okay, another example. Schools need to recycle. Businesses need to recycle. Again, this shares the same predicate, need to recycle. So we want to combine the subjects, the simple subjects to create a compound subject, right? To combine the sentences. So the answer will be schools and businesses need to recycle. All right, let's move on now to combining sentences, compound predicates. Now, based on what you know of compound subjects, how do you think we form a compound predicate? A compound predicate has two or more simple predicates that have the same subject. So it is the exact opposite of a compound subject. A compound subject has two or more simple subjects that have the same predicate, whereas the compound predicate here has two or more simple predicates that have the same subject. Here's an example: Emily jogs and hikes on trails. All right, so these are the two simple predicates. What did we say the simple predicate is? The verb, right? The simple predicate is always the verb. So in this case, we have two verbs, jogs and hikes. Remember, compound predicates are joined by the word and or. So just as compound subjects, our family skis or skates in the winter. Our compound predicate skis and skates. You can combine two sentences with the same subject by linking the predicates with and, but, and or. Jim swims near camp. Jim fishes near camp. Jim swims and fishes near camp, right? So this is how we combine the predicates, because we have the same subject in both examples. All right, again, and or to join the parts of a compound predicate. Here is an example. My little brother stands and watches him. Our compound predicate stands and watches. Okay, let's do some examples together. All right, these are on page 22 in your language arts textbook. Okay, number 1. We shop and choose special food for our trip. Okay, in this sentence, what is our compound predicate? We have the simple predicate shop and choose, right? So shop, choose, this is our compound predicate. Number 2, we pack and check our bags before leaving. Okay, we pack and check our bags before leaving. What are our simple subjects? Pack, the verb pack, and the verb check. So our compound predicate is pack and check. Okay, next, Liana jokes and giggles in the car. All right, what is our compound predicates? Remember, guys, a compound predicate is made up of two or more simple predicates. Okay, so what are our simple predicates here? Jokes, giggles, jokes, giggles. This is our compound predicate. Next, our family seeks and selects the perfect campsite. Right? Our simple predicates that form the compound predicate, seeks and selects. Again, guys, the simple predicate is the verb or verbs. And finally, number 5, we pull or carry our supplies to the campsite. Okay, in this sentence, we have the simple predicate pull and the simple predicate carry. So this is our compound predicate. All right, let's try another type of question. Now we're going to write each pair of sentences as one sentence. How do we do this? We are writing a compound predicate. Let's see. We ride back to the campsite. We return to the campsite. Okay, so here in this sentence, we are going to combine each pair of sentences using a compound predicate. So what do we have here? We have the verb ride, one simple predicate, and we have the verb return. So if we were to combine it, we would write, we ride back and return to the campsite. Another example. Everyone yawns after a tiring ride. Everyone sighs after a tiring ride. Okay, so here we have yawns and sighs, our simple predicates. How do we join this? Everyone yawns and sighs after a tiring ride. Okay, we have time for another one. Our family sings around the campfire. Our family talks around the campfire. All right, how do we combine this? Our family, let's stop and underline. Sings here is one of our simple predicates, and talk. So these are the verbs in the two sentences. Our family sings and talks around the campfire. Okay, I hope this is clear, guys, for everyone. Let's move on and do a few more examples. Okay. Encyclopedias were good sources of information. Books were good sources of information. All right, if you would like to combine these two sentences, first let's look and see what we are combining. So we have here, encyclopedias were good sources of information. Books were good sources of information. So here we have the same predicate. Okay, so we are going to combine encyclopedias and books. So we're going to combine the two simple subjects that we have to write a sentence with a compound subject. Okay, encyclopedias and books are good sources of information. Okay, one more. My brother finds the recipe. My brother reads the recipe. Okay, in this sentence, we have in these sentences, the subject is the same, my brother and my brother. All right, this means we're going to create a compound predicate. What are our simple predicates? What are our verbs? Finds, reads. So how do we combine these two to create a sentence with a compound predicate? My brother finds and reads the recipe. Okay, another example. Dad chops the cherries. Dad chops. Or how about Dad slices the cherries? Okay, so in this example, Dad chops the cherries, slices the cherries. Our simple predicates, chops and slices. To combine, we would write Dad chops and slices the cherries. All right, one more. Bumblebees always live in colonies. Honeybees always live in colonies. So in this sentence, we have same predicate, which means we're going to combine the simple subjects to create a compound subject. Bumblebees and honeybees always live in colonies. Okay, so here, this is encyclopedias and books for good sources of information. This is compound subject. In the second example, my brother finds the recipe, my brother reads the recipe. My brother finds and reads the recipe. This is compound predicate. Dad chops the cherries, Dad slices the cherries. Dad chops and slices the cherries. This is, again, a compound predicate. And finally, bumblebees always live in colonies. Honeybees always live in colonies. Bumblebees and honeybees always live in colonies. Here we combined what the subject. So this is a compound subject. All right, I hope that this was clear for everyone. For your homework, we will complete worksheets. On Sunday, inshallah, you have your first grammar quiz, all right? It will be on Unit 1. We will complete the remaining lesson tomorrow, and then we will begin review as well as do some writing. This week we are doing personal narratives, okay? All right, till next time, guys. Bye.